We see that a lot with brands like Science Diet and Royal Canin. You just knocked the camera over, you goof. Good afternoon, everyone. Justin here with Cappuccino Dog Training, and I have my friend Hanna, who's in for a board and train. We're doing some hand feeding right now, and this girl is not good at taking food from the hand. She drops it all over the floor, as you can see. She kind of licks the food out of the hand. And what we want here is kind of a little bit more control with the way she's eating, because she's kind of just, you can see, spatters it all over the floor. So when I'm feeding her, my goal is for her to eat it out of this hole in the front of my hand. Good girl. And I'm just very slowly dispensing so she's not able to knock it all over the ground, because then she's kind of getting rewarded for inattention. She's kind of wonky with her position. She tends to sit this way, right? Facing away from me. You heard the word sit. Okay. Good. So we're teaching her how to take food nice and neat out of the hand. Whenever she checks in with me, I'm going to reward her in front. Yes! That's good. I'm going to jackpot her there, and I gave her the remaining bit in my hand because she was right square in front of me. Kind of letting her figure it out. Yes! That's it. Very typical that an insecure dog is going to press into their handler. Like I said, kind of like a sideways, parallel to your body. But when you have a more nervy dog and they're exhibiting that behavior, they're coming to you for comfort and security. We're also experimenting with the nutrisource fish formula right now, and she's currently on Science Diet, which is a prescription diet, because as most shepherds, she has some digestive issues. Kind of what I'm determining is a lot of that might just be caused by anxiety. Anxiety, whether it's good or bad, gets the GI tract moving, but also, kind of a sign of grazing or not being too motivated by our food is we simply don't like that. And we see that a lot with brands like Science Diet and Royal Canin. You just knocked the camera over, you goof. We'll leave that in because that was kind of funny. But you can kind of see here, like with her other kibble, she didn't have much interest. Now she's really coming for it. And a lot of times, guys, like if a dog is grazing their food, no good. They're trying to tell us either, it's making me feel kind of yucky, or I'm just not into it. I kind of equate that to, you ate some McDonald's, you get food poisoning, yes. You're not going to be too likely to return to that place. So we want to see food drive. We don't want to be putting food down in the morning and kind of having our dog pick at it. Especially if we're grazing all day long, you're never going to get potty on a good schedule. Good girl. You're never going to have them at a consistent weight. You're never going to really have them on a routine. A dog's routine should be centered around exercise, food, play, dropping a little bit. We're going to work on that, and part of that is just me adjusting, because every dog's so different. Me adjusting to her the way she takes food. So if she's dropping, you can kind of see I'm going to cup my bottom hand. Okay. So she's getting the most out of my hand, if not all over the floor. And you can see here, guys, this is a whole meal here that I'm feeding her. And we're just going to keep going until this bowl's empty. And we're really not going to use food too much for obedience with this one. We're just using this more or less as, as a bonding exercise, and to teach her that there's reward in being nice and frontal with me. Definite change in food drive with this nutrisource that we added today. So we'll see how her tummy does with it. Her stools have been pretty regular since she's got in here, which is a good sign, because a lot of times if the dog comes in a little nervous anyway, right? And then we add a kenneling or board and train situation to it, that shows in the GI tract. If we get really bad diarrhea, she's not really, she's not really had that since she's been here. A couple of times she's had like an excited, submissive pee in the crate, but that's really been curbed. Last 48 hours, really, really good with that. We're just rewarded in front again, guys. Remember, this is not about sit, this is not about any obedience. Wait till you see how fast we're able to teach a sit stay and a down stay. She's just gonna get it. All it's about, okay, right now is building a trusting relationship and a bond with this girl. And believe me, all of the obedience is going to come like magic. We're excited to, oh, what a little drive in that. We're excited to show everyone how she is. Yes. Oh. Popped a little up there. Yes. So we're going to give Dad a call today and recommend that maybe we try her on this food. Nutrisource is a great company, guys. Look at the ingredients. Nutrisource, look them up. It's always a whole protein in the first several ingredients. Some of them have multiple proteins. This is a fish formula, which I'm trying out for the first time. She seems to like it. She approves. Hey, good girl. But you can get over it. Fish is very good for dogs. Good for their coats. Has a lot of essential oils. Good girl. Good for dogs with allergies. Now we want to kind of get her to follow a little bit, and she's dropping much less. Now we're going to work on, there we go, okay. Little boxes, getting her to really push into the handler. All right, here's the last bit, okay. And we're going to jackpot that, try our best to not drop any. This is what we're looking for, nice and square in front. Good girl. Okay, guys. Was that fun? That was a fun way to eat. That's the first time I've really seen her into food, so that tells me a couple things. She's warming up to being here at camp, number one, because an anxious, fearful dog, guys, it's not going to eat. So forget the treat training when the dog's anxious. And if they are taking a little bit and the drive is not there, you're training the dog to do behaviors not joyfully, not quickly or briskly. You never want to try to train obedience with food if the food drive is not there. They need to be in drive first, right? Otherwise, it's not rewarding. Come here, girl. Say goodbye to everyone. All right, so she's doing super good. Very, very well done. We're gonna go out for a potty, and then we're gonna have a little rest time. Very nice session. Take care, everyone.